Hi there, guys. Welcome to another episode of NUFC360 with our weekly podcast. Today I've got Max with me and I've got Cathal with me. Guys, good to have you both on board today. How are you both? Max, how are you?
I'm really good, especially considering last night's magnificent win, if you'd like to say so. So I'm really good.
Good. Cathal, how are you doing?
All good. Always nice to beat Man Red anyway.
Well, we may as well go straight into that then. So, match reaction last night. Lots of talking points. It's always good to beat Man United, and beating them like that, I think, has just a little pleasure to it, if I'm honest with you. The amount of times down the years that we're the ones that suffer that defeat, and finally we're the ones scoring that last-minute goal, coming from an unexpected source. Max, tell us your point of view on the game. How did you see the first half? Let's start with the first half.
I thought we were the better team first half. We found some nice combinations. I thought our midfield was a lot more stronger, more forceful. Had some nice combinations. Couldn't really find any. From what I remember, we didn't have any clear-cut chances in the first half, really. But we were the more dangerous team. And that was up until the red card, and then which I guess we'll get onto. But the red card, and then of course we scored a penalty. But I thought overall in the first half we were the better team of the majority of it, at least.
No, I agree. Cathal, what were your thoughts on that red card? Do you think it was deserved? Do you think you dived? I've heard a mixed view from some Newcastle fans, so it'd be interesting to hear what you have to say.
There was just no need to do it. I think we had plenty of cover there. I don't know why Jacob even thought about pulling them back. But then again, sometimes you lose your head in the game. That's what happens. The second one, I'd understand him giving a second yellow if Ramsey appealed it. But Ramsey kind of lost his footing and then fell to the ground. And then it was whether it is a penalty or it isn't. I thought it was very similar to the Haaland situation last night against Nottingham Forest. Haaland went to ground after a keeper made some little bit of contact with him, and it went to VAR. But because Peter Banks gave the second yellow, there's nothing we can do about it, and that's just the way it is.
Well, maybe I was talking about this today to, like I say, another Newcastle fan, and he thought that Ramsey's reaction was, "Oh shit, what have I done?" by going down, rather than him not. Like, he knew what he'd done afterwards, and he felt a little bit guilty. I didn't see that. I saw it more. He was more annoyed that he didn't get to the ball and get it under control. But that also leads on to the VAR situation. Obviously, a second yellow, VAR can't get involved, but there is a red shown. So I don't get that. If there's a red card involved, whether it's two yellows or it's a straight red, once there's a red card involved, I don't understand why VAR can't be used. That's, for me, my point of view. This is why I think VAR is just used at a convenience when referees feel they want to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was so odd because yesterday we had in Sweden we have a professional referee who looks at some of the situations. He's been refereeing a lot of championships and in Champions League, and he also felt like that's not a yellow card. That's not a second bookable offense, because as you see in the video, if you look closely, Ramsey's right foot gets sort of connected with the goalkeeper. So when you're sprinting at high speed, you will naturally come off balance if you have a contact that locks up your right foot, or if you see someone in your eyesight and you want to jump away or escape them, you also make that sort of. And he fell and he lost his balance. And for me, he just, like you said, he was just disappointed with himself not getting to the ball. And also the referee gave a goal kick before. They didn't blow for a free kick. He blew for a goal kick. It was when the Man United players came up to him saying he dived, and then it sort of seemed like he listened to the linesman, who also sort of confirmed that, I thought he dived, and then he chose the yellow card. It's just an incredibly poor decision.
Well, there was a lot of poor refereeing, and I think for one of the best leagues in the world, we also have the worst referees in the world, if I'm honest with you. The same way that we sign international players coming to the Premier League, I don't know why we don't get more foreign referees coming into the Premier League. Obviously, we have one Australian guy at the moment, but I think there's some good in the Spanish league and the Italian league. Well, if people can't do the job properly here, why not just sign some of the best referees to the best league? That's my point of view. But so moving on from the foul, and we then got a penalty afterwards. That one was a little bit more clear, couldn't it, Cathal?
First glance, I thought Gordon was trying to play for it. To be honest with you, I think Gordon dived more than Ramsey actually did for his second yellow in all seriousness. But looking back at it, there's need contact, and once the ref gives it, and there's need contact, it's very hard for the ref to overturn it or VAR to overturn it. So yeah, I think it was a penalty. I think Man United would be screaming for it at the other end if it happened to one of their players, if it was in Buemo or Cunha. But yeah, no, absolutely clear cut penalty for me.
Good, yeah. No, it was definitely a penalty, and obviously Gordon put it away. 9 in 9, 9 penalties in a row, 9 scored. Not a bad record for Gordon that at the moment, is it?
That's good.
Yeah, you can see why he didn't want to get Voltemata the penalty in Karabakh, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He says, I'm penalty taker, I'm taking them.
So we went out second half, 10 men, whole half against a Man United team that we could say that was on a high so far since the Carrick revival, you could say. And I think we were the better team the whole half. Easy. It was just we saved the goal till the 94th, was it? 94th, 95th minute? Something like that. Coming from Willa Sula. Would anyone have had money on that?
I don't think so.
And he was just cutting inside. I was just thinking, just shoot, man. Who cares? Like, Jacob Murphy in the box. I wouldn't give it to him either, man. Just have a pop. If it goes 20 yards wide, who cares? Like, but no, I don't think anyone would have money on it. In all seriousness.
No, I think I actually thought he was going to fall over after that first touch, and he stumbled. I thought that was him. He'd decked it, and
Yeah.
I've seen some podcasts or some reactions from Man United fans that watch along videos. I don't know if you've seen that, where he's screaming, "What a world!" He doesn't even know who to blame. He's like, he wants to blame somebody, but he doesn't know who to blame. He said that it was that good of a goal. Some pundits are trying to say their goalkeeper was off, but that was just so well placed. He just curled that. He will not hit one like that again in his life.
No, it was special because when watching this situation, first of all, he wins the ball back and then makes like a 80-yard sprint towards the other goal. And just when he got to that situation, because I also thought he was going to fall over, and I was like, oh, it's typical of Sula. But when he actually took control of it, we have seen that goal from him once before, but I don't remember who we played. It was in the cup game. I don't remember which team it was. It was in early parts of the cup game, and he cut inside on his left and shot really pretty much the same sort of finish just against a lower league team. He put it a bit higher, but so for a split second I thought maybe he's gonna try this again, and the rest is history. It was one of those great moments. I just wished I was in St. James's Park at that time.
Yeah, and I turned down the chance to go. I thought I'm working the next day. I thought and just yeah. I thought I'd take the rest instead. I thought I'd enjoy it because honestly, it's probably the first time this season I was not 100% positive of the game. I'll be honest. The draw was on my prediction, and I think most of us were the same.
I thought we were going to lose. So I'm with you.
Well, there we go. So it was, but what a way to end it. And obviously there was some outstanding performances. Before we go on to the bigger debate, Trippier for me was a rerun of what he was like when we first got him. And for me, he was man of the match, not Dan Burn. Dan Burn played really well. But Trippier was man of the match yesterday for me. But I can't just pick one player. I thought they all played really, really well. Who stood out for you, Mac?
I have to agree with you with Trippier. I also thought Joe Linton was really, really good. I mean, he always mixes a bit. He put a shot. I don't know how high it went, but some of the play he had, and he won the ball back a lot. could have been sent off, but
I was going to say, I thought he was going to get sent off, actually.
Yeah, luckily Tonali calmed him down. But for me, he was like all action. Joe Linton back to his very best when he's like that. I think Eddie Howe said post match he was like he's like having two players on the pitch at the same time, and I agree with that. So probably he stood out one for, and I thought, I think Joe Linton was the one that stood out for me, except Trippier.
Cathal?
Enough. I thought, Trippier and Dan Burn were excellent at the top, but especially at half time to make the sub to bring Joe Willock on. And a lot of things have been said about Joe Willock this season, whether should be in the squad, whether he should be even playing for Newcastle. I thought, as a fellow who comes on, you're a midfielder coming on for a winger, and it's technically a defensive change, but now thought he ran his legs off. He was making great runs in behind. And he even when he got the runs in behind, he was holding up the ball well, winning free kicks, winning corners. I thought, like, the lads at the back were brilliant, but I thought his cameo, especially considering we had lost Ramsey and we lost maybe that bit more pace in midfield, I thought he was excellent.
Will is one of those players, though. I think he always puts 100% and he runs and runs and runs. He reminds me a bit of Almiron. He always runs, but his end product is what lets him down.
Yeah.
A lot of the time he runs into dead ends. And that is probably one of his biggest faults. But yeah, I agree. I would say we could probably just name everybody, because I think yesterday it was one of those performances. Lewis Hall, he's not, even the commentator said it. When was the last time he had a bad game? Like, really, a bad game? He's not had one. But the position, obviously, that's in debate now is that goalkeeping position.
Yeah.
Who starts for you? Who starts for you? Who do you think needs to be in goal this weekend against Manchester City? I'll let either of you start.
I can go ahead here because I said in my match reaction video that I thought Ramsdale is the one to start now for the last games for me, because it's something with Popes. It's just not the mistakes he's done. It's something about how he saves the shots and how he moves. I think he looks so stiff when he in all the saves he's done. If you compare it to like the first two seasons he has had under us. And for me, Ramsdale's a bit of a wild card. He's not as good as coming for crosses, and sometimes his sort of saves looks a bit erratic. But for me, you saw last night he had 2-3 really, really good saves that I don't think Pope would have made, maybe. But it's also the sort of position we had with 10 men, where you need someone I know Ramsdale is probably not the greatest with his feet, but it's still miles better than Pope. And to have someone who doesn't just kick it out of play and can recycle the ball somewhat good, for me, he has to start the last 10 games at least. I can't see Pope getting back into the team unless Ramsdale hurts himself or does really, really badly.
Fair enough. Cathal, what's your thoughts?
I think what you get with Ramsdale is something we haven't got with Pope since he signed for Newcastle. He's very, very brave on the ball. He will make that pass in the midfield if he needs to. He will try and clip a ball out to the fullback, or he will try to clip out the ball to Joe Linton when he's up for the header. The save last night, I can't remember the last time I seen Ramsdale make saves like that. I think he was very much up for that game last night, and very much a confident goalkeeper. Goalkeepers need to be confident. Nick Pope is not confident at the moment, unfortunately. So he has to be Ramsdale for the rest of the season.
Do you think that could be something to do? Because I feel like Pope's, since in that shoulder injury that he had, that's when I feel like everything's changed for him.
I agree.
Is he scared of putting too much effort into that shoulder and that? Because that's the side that he gets beat. It's his left side, if I remember rightly. But I don't know. I feel that's been the game changer for him. Now, when we've been doing this chopping and changing of goalkeepers from game to game, or giving Ramsdale a game here and a game there, he gets slated because then they're saying, well, Pope would have saved that. Pope would have done this. But a goalkeeper needs to be playing week in, week out to get consistency. So a run of games now is important for Ramsdale. He either starts or he doesn't. And he needs to be banging on that door at Eddie Howe and saying, look, that performance I just put in, give me the number one spot for a few weeks. Let me put a run of games in and let me see how we get on. And if we start winning games, he can't just jump back to Pope, because we know what Howe's like with his favourites. He loves his favourites. If Fabian Schär was back tomorrow, he'd be straight back into that centre back position, and we know it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but we know what Eddie Howe's like with his team. Now, I'm with you. I think it's time for Ramsdale to step up, and it's nothing against Pope. Pope's been great for us. He's done his job.
Yeah.
He's just going through a bad period at the moment, and yes, he needs to regain confidence. His job now is probably back up Ramsdale, support him, mentor him. We've got John Ruddy there as well, who's got the experience that's already probably passing down. So I think that's a part that's very important. And Ramsdale, like you say, he wants it. He's hungry for it.
Yeah.
And you see it on the pitch. Look at that celebration that he did.
Yeah.
We don't even get strikers doing knee slides anymore. But yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that decision there, that we need to be looking to probably, I'm hoping it's Ramsdale that's in goal this weekend. Now, that leads us on to this FA Cup preview. So we're at home against Manchester City. Again. I feel like this is just becoming a reoccurrence now. Now, we can't meet them again after this until the Champions League final, which is
Thank
nice. But the difficult decision now we've got is, what is our setup? Now, for me, I think he's got to go with something very similar to what he just did against Man United. I'm starting to really like this Gordon through the middle. I think he just causes, he's such a nuisance. He just causes so many problems, twisting, turning. He might not be a striker. We missed out one of the points against Man United. That corner where he came in and he was on his own at the back post. I'm not being funny. I think we could have all hit tight there with our eyes closed. But he's not a striker, but he's getting into these positions. He's giving himself a chance, and that's what we want. So for me, it's got to be Gordon through the middle. I don't know what you guys think, or what other positions could change this week against Man City. Cathal, do you want to show?
So the way I look at it really is, Vissa looks 2 kg overweight. Like, he just doesn't look the same player that we signed from Brentford last year. That comes with one short-term injury, one long-term injury. He's going to have to battle to get back into number 9 position, especially with Voltemata going into what looks like a number 8, looks like a Joe Linton reinvented with Eddie Howe. That's what he wants to do, which Voltemata, which I don't agree with, but fair enough. Gordon for the middle, he's just causing headaches for defenders. You could see it against Man United. Maguire and Lenny Euro. Lenny Euro didn't know what to do with him buzzing around the place. Maguire, his head was gone trying to deal with Gordon. Like, Ruben Diaz and Mark Guehi, listen, they're 2 quality centre halves, and I still see Gordon giving them problems. So Gordon through the middle, Barnes off the left. It was unfortunate for Barnes that, we were down to 10 men. We had to readjust somewhere, and he had to be the one that was sacrificed. Because usually in those kind of games, he gets a few chances and he scores a few goals. But Gordon through the middle cause headaches. City won't like it. And also, Vissa, is he fit? Is he actually fit enough to play 60 minutes? We don't know.
No, so that's a big call. And obviously, what you just said about Barnes, yeah, he was sacrificed. Maybe he was thinking about this game coming up at the weekend. Let's keep one of our wingers refreshed. Let's take advantage of it a little bit. But I think, like you say, the setup definitely has to be Gordon and Barnes. And I'm going to say Elanga. Elanga's been getting better this season. He's still not to his ability. Still runs into dead ends. But he sprinted faster down the touchline after the goal than he did on the pitch.
Yeah.
I saw that you posted that, didn't you? You sent that to us, Max, in the chat.
Yeah. This TV studio in Sweden they always do this sort of things when a Swedish player is sort of involved in stuff. They really zoom in on them and narrow it down. And look what the Swedish player did, and they caught him. He was the fastest player to Sula from the bench before anyone on the pitch. So it's a funny clip when he's sprinting towards his best mate, I guess.
Well,
It
yeah,
was
he
nice moment.
needs to do that on the pitch as well.
Yeah,
They
I thought it was
probably-
good. I gotta say, in the second half, when he sort of played that striker-ish role with sort of right-wing striker role, I thought it was really, really good. And I think it's started to show. I know you see it becomes so obvious when he does wrong because some of the crosses last night was so bad. Two of them went too far, but one of them were really, really good. And I think I know it's hard when you put so much money into a player that already played in Premier League, but I think patience is really the word with this guy because he has a lot of attributes that are really good. I think against City with the high line, and I think he's going to start probably if he isn't rested. But either Barcelona or City game, I think he has to start because his pace is it's a constant headache for every opposition backline.
Well, his difference that I see is he's starting to take shots from outside the box as well.
Yeah.
So that just tells you confidence is coming. I felt like yesterday he wanted a goal against his former club.
Yeah.
I'd felt that from him. But yeah, like you say, some of his mistakes I just feel though are very simple errors that could be stopped. His crossing, I'm not bothered if it goes long or goes short. For me, it's his simple passing. That's where I get frustrated with him. Cathal, I'm not sure what your input is on this one.
To be honest with you, I actually thought Alanga played better in the first half than he did the second half. I thought the interchanges with him, Ramsey, and Trippier, I thought was actually very good. And Alanga was getting played the line. Yes, the cross and the end product, what we're looking for, isn't as what it should be. But I think it's getting to the point where you start putting in dangerous crosses in the box. We'll have it'll be Gordon, maybe Vissa will be on the end of them, and it'll start clicking for him. But I do think his intertrade play is actually getting a lot better, and you can, as you were saying, with the confidence, like you can see, like last night he had a volley that we went near post with, but I don't think Alanga a few games ago probably wouldn't have even attempted it. I think he would have tried to take a touch, go out and cross it again. But honestly, I think Alanga's getting better and better. It's I was only thinking going back to the Pope or Ramsdale debate, everyone giving out about Alanga, Ramsey being bad transfer business, whatever. I think the worst bit of transfer business we didn't do as a club is getting Trafford in, because I think it would be a much easier player to mentor. Because if you had Pope there, I think Trafford on his feet is brilliant, but
Yeah.
his shot stopping isn't the best. If you had Nick Pope there to guide him, I think it'd be brilliant. But listen, Alanga and Ramsey will come good. I think Ramsey's been, like, I know we got taken off halftime in the Everton game, like, looked very ill, and then obviously sent off for a second yellow. But I think Ramsey and Alanga will come good now. I think we'll start to see it in the next few games, and next season we're potentially onto two very, very good players and two different options as well.
Is he suspended for this now, or
I
is
have
it only
no
the
idea.
Premier League?
I believe it is, because I think just if you get sent off in any game, I think it's just the next domestic game you're
Okay.
suspended for. So
I
I'd
wasn't
probably
sure
say
because
Willock could be coming in for
it's
him.
a cup competition. That's why I wasn't sure.
I think it's just any domestic game. It's the same way I think
Fair enough.
when Nick Pope got sent off in the Liverpool game, he missed the Carabao Cup final like 2 years ago. So
You did. You're
Yeah.
right. You did. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, that's going to be a big miss because, like you say, I think Ramsey's really been coming good recently. I've liked his energy. Obviously, like you say, against Everton, came out at second half vomiting everywhere, so that was understandable.
Yeah.
Cameras didn't really need to show that, but they did. And then the unlucky 2 yellow cards. Well, the first one was a yellow. That was 100%. It was a stupid thing to do, as you already said, Cathal. That was ridiculous. But so who's going to get the nod then in midfield if Ramsey's not available? What do you think we're going to go with?
Is there anyone else available? Like Miley's apparently back for Barcelona. I don't see Bruno's not back for Barcelona. So I reckon it has to be Willock really.
Yeah.
And then we're literally nothing. That's the midfield. We're going to have to play for the full 90 as well. Sandro Tonali's gagging for a rest, man. Honest to God.
Oh,
He never stops running, that fella.
He's a train. I don't know how he must, his days off, he must just sit there with his legs up in the air, just resting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
honest
just
to
doing
God, like
nothing.
it's like genuinely, because the thing is as well, when you had Bruno playing the 6, you still had Tonali playing in the 8. Like, so it's so hard for him to get a rest. But hopefully, when Bruno's back, and hopefully he might get a rest somewhere.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, let's move on to the score predictions then. So, Max, I can see your face on that one. So he's not looking forward to this. So, Cathal, I'll let you go first. What do you reckon happening against Manchester City this week in the cup? Are we going through? Are we not going through? Is there extra time? And still, it's just extra time penalties, isn't it? Same as last stage as well. What's your prediction?
I think Danny McCoy's made the point last night, actually. I think, or maybe I can't remember the other commentator's name, but made the point that I think under the lights this season at St James's Park, I think we have two, like, I think it's like, or maybe the last 20 games at St James's Park under the lights, I think we've had 2 defeats. So, to be honest with you, I think the FA know what they're doing, put that as an 8 o'clock game. They know we need every bit of crowd noise behind us. I reckon, it's not a score prediction. It's probably a spoiler, lads. To be honest with you, it's a 2-1 Newcastle win again.
Like it. If you're going to go that confident with a spoiler, do you want to name your goal scorers as well?
Right. I reckon Gordon with the first, and from a corner, he's from Blight, Dan Byrne.
Oh. All right. Okay. Like it.
I really want to be optimistic, but I can't see it. So I think 2-1 to Man City.
Oh,
Or 1-2.
all right. I brought you on for today's show for a reason, because we needed the negativity.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm too positive anyway. Let's cheers.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
I
that.
want to feel that, but I it's just something about this City team. We just see. I know we beat them once this season, but we still play them like 3 times more, and we lost every one of them. So I don't know. I just don't feel confident.
Well, we played them twice at St James's, if I'm right, and we've won one and lost one.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So it's a 50-50 chance then.
So yeah, you are on a 50-50 balance. And when we did beat them at St James's, we beat them well.
Yeah, right.
And they're not playing like yesterday against Forest. Look, Forest got a draw. It was Forest that got a draw with them yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I think our window is still open, but I'm going to go in the middle of both of you. I'm saying this is going extra time and penalties.
Oh, please no. Please no.
Please no. We can't do extra time and penalties. We can't do extra time penalties with Barcelona on Tuesday, lads. Lads, no.
It's not what I want, but I'm saying it's 1-1 and it's going to go to penalties. I'm going to go through on penalties because Ramsdale's going to pull off an absolute blinder in the penalty shootout.
He was good against Bournemouth, so
that's my prediction on that. I think that's all our talking points this week. It was a quiet week this week, from a 54-minute video last week to a shorter one this week. That's it. Cathal, thanks for joining us today. I hope you have a nice week, and I hope you get your prediction right. Max, going to send you on some confident boost seminars.
Thank you.
Get you feeling better. Maybe it's the Swedish nature with just obviously national teams down, so it's just putting everyone else down. I don't know.
There's a lot going on. I don't know.
But Max, thank you very much for coming on. I know it's late for you over there. You're an hour ahead of us, I believe. Is it?
Yeah, that's the case. Yeah.
So I know it's late for you, so I appreciate that. So guys, thank you very much. If you're watching and you watch this video afterwards, please leave your score prediction below and your comments and your thoughts. Give Max as much abuse as possible, please. And it'll be much. If you do, I'll follow you. I will follow you. All right. There we go. It's a shout. Give him some abuse and I will follow you. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.